Hey fans, welcome to the page. I'm Ken Smith and so excited to share with you this amazing Oldsmobile truck. Yes, it's an Oldsmobile truck. Oldsmobile really did make a truck. We're not only going to hear all about it from the guy who owns it, but we're actually going to hear it start up and run, and you won't believe what you see once it's running, because I was totally shocked at how this thing actually runs and what it does. So without wasting any more time, let's just get into our video. Saw this guy setting this display up Friday, and we're going to take a quick walk around. This vehicle started out with the back end of this very, very rare 1920 Oldsmobile, and we're going to have the owner fire it up for us and talk a little bit about his truck. Hey, I just walked by and I saw this absolutely amazing display. Tell me about this.
Well, it's an Oldsmobile truck from the area I grew up in.
Okay.
And Dad always said there's this old truck up in this shed. And then my brother and me rented the farm, and the guy who owned it, they sold the acreage and had to get rid of it.
Okay.
And I was able to get a hold of it, and I did it. Me and my brother-in-law bought it together because we thought that'd be something to do with our wives. You know, they could do something, we could do this.
Sure. Okay.
And so the rest is history. I got it in 1994.
Okay.
So I've had it quite a few years now.
All right.
It came, the first owner, guy's name was Aldi Hogland,
Okay.
the local stand-up guy. And the next guy that bought it was Matthew Fardale, who lived a quarter mile over.
Okay.
He moved it from their shed to his shed
Okay.
in 52.
All right.
And in 94, I bought it from Matthew Fardale
Okay.
and moved it to my place, so it's only about 7 miles away from its original owner.
Oh, that's crazy. So this sat in the shed the second time for 42 years, if I did my math right.
Yes.
Okay, so what caught my eye too was that this is not, I never would have thought Oldsmobile made a truck, but obviously Oldsmobile made a truck. And this kind of almost looks kind of Beverly Hillbillish.
Yeah. So here's a copy of the Oldsmobile truck sales portfolio.
Okay.
You would have bought an Oldsmobile truck, the chassis. The chassis would have ran about $1,375.
Right.
And then you would have bought the cab and the box and everything.
Uh-huh.
So imagine back in 1920, you could have bought probably 3 Model T Fords complete for what the price of this chassis cost.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Maybe that's why there's not so many of them either.
Okay.
And then they also came in various body styles,
Okay.
you know, and
Right.
so the odds of finding too many like this are slimmer yet.
Okay.
So
And this has been within 7 miles of its origination.
the
or
original
birthplace.
owner, it's in
Yeah.
7 miles, 5 to 7 miles somewhere in there away from that.
Okay. All right. Let's
Yeah.
take a look at the interior. Maybe you can tell me a little bit about it.
Well, it has a brass plate in here with the serial number on.
Okay.
And it also tells on there that if you go over 22 miles an hour, it invalidates the warranty.
Oh, wow.
But it also doesn't have a speedometer.
Okay.
So,
So how do you know?
Well, I think it's got an honesty program. You got to turn yourself in to take your warranty off if you went over 22 miles an hour.
Okay, and I'm sure that a lot of stand-up people did that back in the day.
Otherwise, it's got electric start
Okay.
and
And is that factory electric start?
factory electric
Okay.
start. So it's quite a bit more. Sorry about that. It's probably more advanced than a lot of from the factory like
Sure.
that.
Yeah. So did it really have a distributor, wires just like that?
Yes.
Really? So not like your typical Model
Well,
A where you'd have.
A Ford, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Very fascinating. Okay.
So
So.
this is the oil pump up front here.
Okay.
External oil pump.
Right there.
When
Gotcha.
we first got it, the oil pump was rotted on it.
Okay.
And so we put a diesel transfer pump on there and got it to work.
Okay.
Well, after a few years, one spring we started, the shaft broke on that. We took out a bearing, so we had to have the engine done.
Okay.
So we were back to, okay, where's an oil pump? So we tried at Aggie out in California again,
Right.
which we did the first time, but this
Okay.
time we got a hold of somebody that knew what he was talking about.
Right.
He said, "Oh yeah, that's the one they used in the Chevy engine, a certain deal. We got those on the shelf here, and sent us a new oil pump, and it's a duplicate of the old.
Okay.
Because it's a pot metal oil pump, so it deteriorated."
So obviously a lot of wood in this vehicle.
Yes. Would you like to hear it run on your film?
Absolutely, absolutely. Fire it up for us.
My hood's kinda
I get you a
slid
picture
over.
of you starting it.
Yeah, well, there's no guarantee every time.
Fly on the Model A, there's no guarantee. There we go.
I go.
So am I looking at external push rods?
Yeah, no, it's out there. My hood's kind of slid over on me, but so there's no valve cover.
And that came from the factory, no valve cover?
Yeah. The guy that redid the head for us thought we should have a little silicone dam on there, but that originally wasn't there. There's a tray flare where you put your oil can,
Right here.
and you get out the oil. We always said that's on the wife's side, so she had to do it.
And so does the wife do it?
No, there's no way my wife would do it.
That is absolutely amazing.
Another thing on this one here, we went for a few years, yes, our radiator cover was original.
Right?
Well, we bought an original one at a swap meet one time, and the guy said, "Well, this is more rare than the radiator cap, because it's a towel hole cover." He said those never survived; they always got discarded. Well, somewhere along the line, the radiator cap didn't fit anymore. The guy stuck it on there, and we just left it alone. We still got the original baling wire holding the fenders tighter and stuff on. And in the back, you can see how well worn the box is, and the steel.
Right.
They put the cover there. It just shows all its war wounds.
Well, that's fine, man. And that's what, what caught my eye was your whole display. I mean, it's just, and being from East Tennessee, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Well,
The Beverly Hillbillies had an Oldsmobile.
That's right.
And so we one year at the show here rented costumes and had the tune going, and we drove around here playing the Beverly Hillbillies tune.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
So we've had a lot of fun with it over the years.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that with me and my followers on my YouTube channel. You have a great day.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it was such a hoot for me to see this thing run and see all the lifters and push rods externally sitting outside of the motor, just pumping away and spreading oil and all that good stuff. It was just really cool. If this wasn't a Beverly Hillbillies style vehicle, I just don't know what is. So hope you enjoyed it. Hey, remember, give us a like and subscribe, share our videos, but more than anything else, y'all be blessed.